Namaskaram, this is Seshadri, your level officer, corporate trainer, posh IC member. I feel very happy to meet you through this video. As usual, September 2025 HR statutory compliance video. This is. In this video, we are going to see what are all the statutory compliance in the month of September 2025. As well as along with the statutory compliance, we will be knowing judgments, recent judgments, as well as circulars, whatever the circulars released in during the August 2025. Then finally, we are going to see the training sessions. What are all the knowledge improvement session we are, that those details also I am going to share with you. This month we have a lot of festivals. At the end of the month, we are going to see the Durga Puja, Ayudha Puja, all the things. Kindly prepare yourself in advance so that you will not miss any statutory complaints, and then proper plan helps you to do a lot. Let us go into the video. In the initial, as usual, we are going to see the two quiz questions. Please prepare yourself to answer. Then at the end of the session, I will share the answers also along with the details. Why it is that answer is correct. The first quiz question under Practice Act, Section 79 of the Practice Act gives us the provision of earned leave. Under that section, what is the earned leave eligibility or not eligibility? We are going to ask how many days the person in this example is going to get the holidays, earned leave. He joins in 15th March of that year. At the 31st December, he relieved from that organization. How many days he is going to get as a earned leave? That is the question, and then answers are given A, B, C, D. Please choose the correct answer. Let us see the answer at the end of this video. And second question is about the POSH. Under POSH Act, which provision is a preventive obligation for every employer. Every employer has to do some prevention under this act. What is the prevention action? Either to form an internal committee or disseminate the provisions of the act as well as a policy as well as a workshop, or making necessary facility to the aggrieved women, or resolve the amicability between the whatever the problems comes. So choose the correct answer. Let us see at the end of this video what is the answer. This month statutory compliance, this month as usual compliance, it is a PF and ESI. For the month of August 2025, we need to comply on or before 15 September 2025 in PF, ECR challan as well as ESI. We need to prepare a challan for the month of August 2025. In case any international workers are in your organization, you need to comply the international workers return also on or before 15 September 2025. In addition to this month, we have professional tax payment on or before 30th September 2025. We need to pay the professional tax. According to some of the states like Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, different dates are there. Anyway, we need to pay professional tax. Please prepare yourself. In case of you are in Tamil Nadu, other than Chennai, Greater Chennai, all other places, there is a old slab only exists. What are all the details we need to provide the municipality or village panchayats? Please provide on or before 30th September 2025. In case of any difficulties, you can reach us. As I said in the beginning of the video, we have festival season. So Ayudha Puja is there, Durga Puja is there. Please prepare yourself in advance so that payroll as well as statutory complaints you can complete on time. Learning opportunities this month we have. There are two sessions in virtual sessions we are going to have. You sit in your home and then you can learn particularly on HR topics. Online workshop on the complaints in practice. What are all the forms, registers, reports, returns under various acts? We are taking around 16 important acts under that act. What are all the registers you have to maintain? What are the forms as well as returns and reports? Those things. This webinar will be in Tamil. That also on Sunday 7th 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. only. You can see your work also after the completion of this webinar. As well as in English, we are going to have on 14th September. Code on social security. This is we are going to see in-depth deep dive on the social security code. What are all the provisions under maternity, compensation, PF and ESI gratuity. These are all the sections we are going to analyze under the code on social security. Direct session at Chennai in Tamil. Payroll compliance. If you are willing to improve yourself on payroll, you want to comply 100% payroll statutory provisions under payroll, or you want to build a career in payroll, definitely you should attend this session to understand what are the acts are there for payroll, what provision you must know. Those things we are going to analyze under various labor acts, either it is a basic gross salary distribution and what are all the labor laws as well as OT provision, leave provision, then income tax, put together payroll complaint session. at Hotel Kalyan, Chennai on 12th September. For details, please contact Mr. Dinesh. He will be marking your seat. And we have 2 hours webinars. Usually we conduct on Sundays and Thursdays. For the details also you can have with Mr. Dinesh Kumar. CPI points for Chennai, it is mentioned as a 344 points for July. This may be helpful for fixing the DA. Important judgment came in the August and the recent judgments. These are all the important, very important we can say. First thing is from the Supreme Court of India about the gratuity claim. Legal hardship certificate is required when the employee has filed the nomination and when he has passed away. Whom we should give, whether it is nominee or we should see the legal hardship certificate, then we should make the payment of gratuity. That is the task it has taken by Supreme Court, and again very clearly given the judgment. When the employee has given the nomination, we should pay to the nominee, as well as it gives clear indication he has already have the concerned of the legal who are the legal the company is not responsible to find who are all the legal acts. That is the judgment from Supreme Court of India. From Punjab and Haryana High Court, one very good judgment on idea to find whether the person is a workman or not. A manager who is drawing 70,000 rupees salary, he is pretend I am supervisor only, like that he has pretended. But in this case, very clearly, section 2S of 4, it defines who are all not a workman under the idea. Very clear. If you are a supervisor, then what is your salary? What is the nature of duties? Whether you have any power on behalf of the organization. If you are leave sanctioning authority, decision making authority, then you will not be considered as a workman under ID Act. That's what the I could also mention. When contract labor you are taking, that time there are 3 parties. One is principal employer, second is contractor, third is contract labor. 100% these 3 people must under CLR. When the employer, principal employer directly pays anything payment to the contract labor, then employer-employee relationship builds. In this particular case, which was pronounced by Bombay High Court, when the principal employer paying VRS, voluntary retirement scheme, he is announced and then he is paying to the employees, contract laborers, that time employer-employee relationship builds. As well as in this same case, there was a contract laborers exist forever and then contractors are changing. We used to do, we just change the contractor, but contract labor exists the same person will work in X contract, then Y contract, then Z contract. Like that, he will be continuing, but contractor will change. At that time, as a principal employer, you should ensure the exit and the entry format should be completed properly. That also it has mentioned in this same case by the Bombay High Court. And under Factories Act section 106 very clearly says the factory inspector is having the authority to inspect and then he give the report what are all the deviations we do. When you are not answering, when you are not correcting yourself within 3 months, then he can go for the court. Within 3 months, he should go to the court in case of non-compliance. In this case, after 3 months, he is going to the court and saying, I have the authority. But it is not there. When the repeated things are happening, then 6 months is allowed, otherwise 3 months only. That is also not a illegal things. That is a provisions. It is not implemented. That's right. By the way of Himachal Pradesh High Court, it has given very clear judgment. Section 106 within 3 months only you have to do. Next is from Calcutta High Court. It is a appointment letter. In the appointment letter, when the arbitration clause is there, when the disputes happen, you have to go for arbitration only. You cannot decide on your own. And then including sexual harassment, anything termination if you are doing, for that also you must go for arbitration. That's what Calcutta High Court's judgment. As same Calcutta High Court has given another judgment. Principal employer cannot pay the gratuity to the workers, the contractors. Definitely you can pay. When you are paying the gratuity to the contractor, what will happen? Employer-employee relationship builds. As I said earlier also, there are 3 people, principal employer, contractor and contract labor must be there. When you are paying, when the one person is missing, the contractor is missing, that will become a sham contract. That time they will be treated your employees only, they are not a contract employees. PF, Madras High Court given very good judgment. When the principal employer is there in this case, and then he appoints the contractor appoints subcontractor. Now PF authorities check the contractor's PF account. Finally, they give the notice to the principal employer, non-compliance, you pay this much due, this much interest, this much damage. They say already contract is having the code, why should I? Madras High Court analyzed and given the clear judgment. When the contract is having the clear code, PF code, then he is responsible for payment, not a principal employer. Even though that subcontractor worked for the principal employer, for the non-compliance of subcontractors, he should ask only that contractor. Since for that subcontractor, the contractor is the principal employer. So you have to ask him, since you have the code. In case the contractor is not having the code, that time only it will come to the court of the employer, principal employer. That's very good judgment given by the Madras High Court. Same Madras High Court has given another judgment on PF when the advocates who are giving the legal opinion, particularly in these banks, the appraisers will be that they will be judging whether it is a correct jewel or not. So those appraisers, whether they will come in the category of employee, that's what the Madras High Court has given. No, they will not consider as a employee under PF Act. And Kerala High Court has given a very good judgment. EPF Act does not provide retrospective contribution to the PF. We know very well, para 26 of 6 is giving the option for employer and employee, if both are agreeing, you can pay more than the statutory limit. At present, statutory limit is 15,000. If you want to contribute for PF more than 15,000, employer and employee should agree. Now, in this case, this is the time when the pension was discussing. So, the employer wants to pay retrospective from 2003 onwards. I want to pay a higher pension, higher PF under para 26 of 6. Is it possible? Employer also agrees, okay, if you are paid, pay it. Then finally, what has happened? It has come to the court. PF authorities not accepted this higher contribution of PF. Because when you are giving the application, from that day you can pay. You cannot pay from the retrospective effect because it is not a due. When it is not a due, how can I collect as a arrears? It is not possible. That's what Kerala High Court has agreed. Yes, whatever PF authority is saying is correct. You cannot pay higher contribution on PF under para 26 of 6 retrospective effect. Very good judgment. Madhya Pradesh High Court has given one judgment. No damage interest for back wages. When you are keeping the employee under suspension, after court has given the judgment, you take him with back wages, you pay the back wages. For back wages while paying, you pay the PF also. That is very clear. When the PF is paid delayed, that delay is not intention. The delay is not an intention. Since he is not under suspension, we have not paid wages. As well as when the court says we have paid the wages, it is not intention of the employer. So you cannot ask for damages and interest. This is the judgment from Madhya Pradesh High Court. Madras High Court has given one judgment. Commission when the paid to the employees, it is not considered as a basic. That all we know. As well as subsistence and suspension allowance, whether it will it attract for bonus. It is not for PF. Yes, PF it will not attract. Well, no. In this particular case, the employer and the union, they made a 12-3 settlement. In the 12-3 settlement, they have mentioned any punishment given maximum is 30 days. In that 15 days salary we will pay. Particular employee, the employee is twice he was suspended. First spell around 3 months, second spell around 6 months, he was under suspension. Then punishment was given as a 30 days and then 15 days wages has been paid. They have the standing orders, certified standing orders. Under that standing orders, they have agreed in case more than 30 days anything suspension is there, that will be considered as a working and then we will get the pay. Maximum is 30 days only suspension. Now this person, first spell 3 months, second spell 6 months, they paid only 15 days wages. Since 13 days they have given the punishment and 15 days wages paid. For the wages paid, he got the bonus. Now the person is asking you give bonus for all the period. The court has given, since the standing order is clearly gives more than 30 days, you cannot keep the people under suspension. Balance period you have to pay wage. In case since you have to pay wage, for that bonus also will be there. So you have to pay the bonus. That was the judgment given by the Madras High Court, which was already given by the LAM. Under past one very good judgment, Punjab and Haryana High Court has given. when the respondent should be given chance to cross-examine the witness. That is everything. That is a natural justice. That's what it has given in this judgment. As we know, during Arleona Fernandez landmark judgment in 2023, it was no reports were given to them. That's what Supreme Court has pointed out and then given the landmark judgment for implementation of POSH. In this case also, in the inquiry report was not given to the supplied to the either it is a respondent or a complainant also, it was not given. That is not correct. So these things we have to take care while doing the POSH inquiry. Circulars, about the circulars, everybody knows talk of the town is a Prime Minister Vikasit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. The employees, whoever new employees joining, first time employees are going to get 15,000 as incentive from the central government. You have to educate them. Already we are creating UAN through Omega Fat technology. So many difficulties. What are all the difficulties? Solutions also given in this channel under video. You can see that and you can get rid of your problems also. Please educate your employees. I will put separate videos so that they should know what are all the things they are going to get, when they are going to get, and what they have to do. Those things also they should please educate your new employees. And then employer, yes, employer also going to get the incentive. For that you need to register whether you are going to hire more people or not. Please register so that when you are hiring it will be applicable. As of now there is no last date mentioned. However, please register these things. What are all the very simple details? PAN number, mobile number, email ID, and GST and bank account number is required. When many things it will come automatically. Anything if you require, please enter. After entering, you need to sign this application as a DSC or e-sign. When you are signing, you will get the screen like this after signing. Usually, GST will be verified immediately, but it will take some time for verification of your bank account. Same thing you can see in that PM VBRY tab. It is after ABRY tab, it will be there. You can see that your status also. And then ESI has given the information. They enrolled in June 2025 19.3 lakh new workers under ESI scheme. It is a great higher employees are enrolled during June. And ESI also declared amnesty scheme 2025. The scheme is going to be effective from 1st October 2025 to 30th September 2026. Under this scheme, there are 27,000 cases were pending in various courts. They are going to withdraw those things. In case of any Aadhaar assessment, paying the actual contribution and interest, no damages will be levied. Without damages, they will solve these cases. As well as withdrawal as case, already you paid the dues, then pay 10% damage and withdraw all the cases. In case of non-payment or delayed payment or non-submission of records, for that any cases that completely they are going to withdraw. This is applicable up to 31st March 2025. What are all the cases are there? All the cases they are going to go under amnesty scheme. And Aadhaar seeding, some of the employees still you have not seeded the Aadhaar due to various reasons. The person who are enrolling now through Aadhaar only we are making the UL. New employees no problem. Existing employees there is a problem in Aadhaar. Because of that, some people still we are not paying the PF also. For them there is a solution given by the EPFO. In case name, gender, date of birth matches, you can do this provision. As well as any mismatch in that Aadhaar and UAN, that time you can rectify through joint declaration. Joint declaration option is given enabled for the employer through that joint declaration form. There you can make what is the correct thing also, you can correct it. As well as when your Aadhaar is wrongly seeded in case of any employees, that time I have seen many of the cases like that. Somebody's Aadhaar was linked in this particular persons. That any wrong Aadhaar seeding also you can correct through joint declaration. In joint declaration you have to mention which one is the correct Aadhaar. Through that you can finish that. In case some of the employees who left the organization but their Aadhaar is not seeded, they can submit the physical GID to the PRO. These are all the things given in this circular. Death claim EDLI amount will be given to their legal heirs. When the legal heir is minor, that time usually they were insisting for guardianship certificate. Now they will not insist through this internal circular they have released by EPFO. And then that's all for this month. And then this answers under the Factories Act section 79. Every 20 days we need to give one earn leave. Under this person worked 185 days. 185 days tax 9.25. 2.25 you should not consider because 0.5 and above you have to round off up, otherwise you have to have a round off down. So 9 days is the correct answer for this question. And under POSH Act, prevention is what before happening you have to prevent. For that you have to tell the provisions of the Act, POSH Act, as well as make the policy, display to all the places, conduct regular workshop, awareness training, quiz programs to the employees so that they will be aware. So sexual harassment should not happen. That is the aim of this Act. That's what this question also asked. Hope this video is good for you. You found good. So please share this video to all your HR friends. Definitely I will come back with another video to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you.